we last left off, there was peace for a very long time. The elementals, alongside their Mother Earth, helped humanity along, as well as the partials, who also conducted their duties day to day. Oftentimes, humanity found it hard to fill their history books, as during this period of peace, there was so little for them to jot down, there was nothing more to write in their history books of note. And so, for many years and many centuries, the books lay bare. And so the partials conducted their duties, such as Night, who rode her chariot driven by white hares across the night sky. Right behind Night was Dawn, who rode her chariot which was driven by giant butterflies. Making a grand entrance was Day, with his chariot driven by golden eagles as he soared across the sky. And heralding the end to another day was Dusk, with her chariot driven by honeybees. And once again, like she had done countless times, Night rolled across the sky, heralding the end of another day. These weren't the only partials with jobs to do, as many of their other siblings found themselves busy passing the time. Such as Teal, who was the partial of the clouds, gathering them in great amounts, and eventually joined by her sister Lapis, who called down the rain. However, nature, just like the partials, are very unpredictable, and so they would occasionally be joined by Sangria, who was the partial of storms. And like oil and fire, Flaxen eventually would join them, being the partial of tornadoes, and made matters even worse. However, not all partials had a hand in the weather, such as Curub, who was the partial of mountains. Joined by his cousin Azure, who was the partial of lakes, the two would create new ecosystems all around the world. Joining them was their cousin Chartreuse, who was the partial of forest all along the planet. Coming to add their final touches were Sepia and Fawn, who were the partials of both deserts and beaches alike. And far off on an unnamed mountain range somewhere in the world was Orion, who century after century sat there simply thinking. While unaware to even himself, he was slowly but surely being corrupted from the inside out. This all being caused by one fateful event eons ago. Little by little, century by century, his willpower, as well as his mind, was slowly being overtaken by some outside entity, and this corruption began to eat away at him, making him paranoid of those he had created, as well as the ones that they themselves had created. His mind went to the peers, extremely powerful in their own right, and even capable of fostering children with the humans as well. Powerful children at that. He thought also of his other creations, the natural forces, and even more recently was the creation of more divine beings, such as Mother and Father Earth, and her eventual offspring. And with corruption almost fully taking over his mind, Orion had one final solution.